Hi everyone, Rudy at Clawden Painting Studio. I'm back with a new video, and today going to look at painting a French Napoleonic artillery piece. This one comes from Front Rank. I have sprayed the gun carriage with Army Painter Army Green. You could spray any primer and then paint it Army Green. And the gun itself has been just primed with black. Going to keep them separate, makes it a bit easier to get the colours the way I want, and you get a bit more access to the carriage as well. You could go online and find lots of debate about what colour to paint carriages, but I find that this is a really quick way to do it. And it will look pretty good on the table. A wee tip perhaps for painting these: you don't want to be handling them and rubbing the paint off, so I've used a couple of lolly sticks with glue dots, and that secures the gun carriage so that I can hold it at any angle that I want to get access. First thing we're going to do is going to take some Army Painter Military Shader. It's been thinned in a 2:1 ratio with Quickshade Mix and Medium, and we will just liberally apply that with a large brush. No skill required for this. The wash is going to flow into all of the recesses and pick up the nice wood grain that's been sculpted on there. It'll need about half an hour to dry before the next step. So we've got the wash layer on there. It's darkened down the green, and it's flown into some of the recesses in the sculpted wood grain. Next up, I've got some Vallejo German grey, which is a really dark grey, almost black. And we've got a lot of iron banding around the wood to paint in this almost black colour. A lot of rivets. And we've got bits on the end of the wheels, on the axles there, banding around the wheels themselves. So it's going to take a wee while to paint all these details in. Be back when that's finished. So the black grey has been applied, and the ironwork basically encircles the edges of all the wooden pieces, so it's fairly well sculpted on this, so it's quite easy to pick out, but if you're doing your own gun and the sculpting's not quite as good, basically a band that runs around the circumference of the carriage and the wheels is what to look for. To pick out a bit of the raised detail, lots of lovely rivets on here. I've got my big makeup brush with a bit of Vallejo game colour Elfic Flesh, which is a favourite of mine, and a bit of dry brushing will just help to pick out the detail of those rivets. We can get it on the woodwork as well. We'll just catch those edges and bring them out. The dry brushing is complete. Have a look around at the carriage. We can see where the lighter off-white has caught the edges of all the rivets and some of the woodwork as well. The final bit of definition we'll add to the model is with some Army Painter Dark Tone in a 2:1 ratio with the Quickshade Mix and Medium. And by using the German grey rather than a true black paint, when we add the shade now, we will pick out more of the detail round about the rivets by adding a darker shadow there. Getting it on the wood is useful as well, because it will define the border between the metal and the wood as well. So the whole lot will get another coat of wash, just like we did with the military shader at the start. And again, half an hour of drying will be required. Great big brush, slap it all on. While I wait for the dark tone to dry on the gun carriage, we'll swap to the barrel of the cannon itself. Some Vallejo model colour bronze. I've put the gun barrel into a cork via a paper clip. Did have to drill a hole in the bottom of the barrel to fit this, but it just means that I'm not going to be handling the cannon as I apply the paint. With the bronze dry, we'll add a bit of shading with some RE Painter Strong Tone. I've diluted this 1:1 with Quickshade Medium. With the wash dry, I'm going to dry brush a mix of Vallejo bronze with Vallejo brass. Just concentrating on the top surface of the barrel. And that's allowing the use of the light source from above. It'll just make it look a little bit brighter along the top, as we'd expect the light from the sun to come down on it. We'll let this dry, glue it to the carriage, and have final shots. And here we have the finished artillery piece. So our cannon has cannon and carriage have both had a coat of matte varnish. It's really for protection of the paintwork from chipping, and it does have the effect of tying your colours together, because they'll all now have a uniform level of reflectivity. The crew itself are going to be painted soon, and I will try and record a video with a guide to painting an artillery crew as well. If you've liked what you've seen, or you've not liked what you've seen, give me a comment down below. If you've got any other methods you like to use for painting up your artillery pieces, please share them, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you. Bye bye.